I'm going to make a complete fool of myself. I just know it. It's going to be so embarrassing. It's going to be probably the most embarrassing moment of my life. I'm just not up for this. God, I'm really scared. God, why am I doing this?
Call it the Breakthrough Workshop because people do have the experience of coming into a new level in their being. It is very much about embracing, holding, and letting yourself move to that next level. Mother, carry me. Our philosophy in the workshop is that everyone has their own unique, beautiful voice. And our job is just to uncover it, allow people to uncover it. And there's a lot of belief systems and ideas and different things that have happened for people in their lives where they've repressed their voice or taken on the belief that they can't sing and they have no voice. And so we set upon uncovering that and kind of, first of all, working with the belief system itself, allowing that to drop away, and then see what emerges. Allow the real precious gem that we all have to really come forth, which is I believe, our most divine form of expression is through our voice. So it's really for anyone who is interested in their personal growth and wanting to become more of who they are, have more aliveness, passion, excitement in their lives. Each individual has the opportunity to step out on stage and really what we call jump off the edge and kind of let go of everything they've been working on and thinking about and the words and just let themselves be totally present in that moment. That's really what I call breakthrough.
I remember telling Mick before I did this workshop, there were two things that after seeing the workshop, there were two things I wanted to do in life. And one was skydiving, and the other was his workshop. And that his workshop scared me a little bit more than skydiving. And when I decided to do it, it was like leaping out of the plane. And not knowing if I was going to live, really, or survive this event. And but I trusted the process. And there was something about this that made me feel I was going to be safe. One thing that I don't do in life is to let people support me and to show vulnerability and allow people to love me. And this was a real lesson in that for me, in that there's no way out of that in this workshop. You get so close to people that you have to feel their love and their support. And in exchange, you have no alternative but to do the same thing yourself and to give your love to others. People see me as a very quiet and reserved person. Almost everybody thinks that's who I am. When I was a child, I was painfully shy. And now people think of me as an extremely reserved, even introverted person. So I knew I had to do a song that would show another side of myself, because I knew I had that other side. And when I was performing, there are no words to express the release that I felt. And the love that I felt in the room, and the level of support. And I got to do a song where I got to scream. And when I screamed, the audience screamed. And I can't describe that experience. I was somewhere else when I was up on stage. I don't know where I was, but I was somewhere else. And I was I think, for one of the very few times, the person I really am. I'm
Is this space? It twists and turns. It bleeds and bathes.
I didn't realize going into Breakthrough how many gifts there was going to be in that process. I mean, I thought it was, this being seen, being witnessed, self-expression, the voice, singing. But, when you get into it, there's all these other dynamics underneath that are a lot around healing some of the places where you've repressed yourself. And there were so many other extraordinary gifts that I got out of it that I had to go through a second time. It's bubbled out into my life and just being able to be more real with people. Yeah. Having confidence, not being so terrified of being seen. Just being able to share more of who I am and know it really doesn't matter what the other person thinks.
I am wanting. Oh, I am needing you here. I need you near inside absence.
Having the experience of standing up on that stage and the band supporting me and the love of the audience and yes, this is so good. It just felt incredible.
The incredible courage that it took to see those people, if you could see the joy and the exhilaration as they walked on stage, as well as the fear, and they just moved right through it with such elegance and grace. It was just incredible. One of the great things I learned from Breakthrough was about being present.
And I just have been on this high of new expression and the unknown, and things just seem to be happening that I never thought would happen. And I would encourage anybody to do it. It's so good.
When I got off the stage, the first person to get to me was my daughter. And she gave me a hug like she'd never given me in my life. This workshop was so powerful that it really was on a par with the birth of my daughter, because it felt like I was being reborn. It felt like I was coming out for the first time and letting people see who I really was.
Does the thought of getting up and talking to a room full of people or a large television audience cause you to panic, maybe sweat profusely, or send your knees knock? In tonight's segment 2 report, Bob McKenzie looks at a program that is helping people overcome their fears by doing the things they would have never thought possible.
Suppose someone said to you, 8 weeks from now you have to get up on a stage in front of hundreds of people and perform a solo song number. Could you do it? All these people are wondering the same thing about themselves, but they have bitten the bullet, committed themselves to an 8-week program that will culminate in a moment of stardom.
The river, she is flowing, flowing and growing.
It begins gently with learning to sing a simple song in a group. Scarcely any of these people want to be professional singers. What it's about for them is letting go of fear and finding hidden parts of themselves. The Breakthrough Center in San Rafael calls it a journey into self-discovery.
Down to the sea. Wonderful, wonderful. Really a lot of presence here. It feels great.
Mick Pulver is the founder of the Breakthrough Center.
You go that way, you're going to be standing in front of 300 or 400 people, and it is about letting go into that energy. and not having the mind be in control, but letting the energy take you. It's really what this whole workshop is about, having that experience of completely letting go and just a full beingness and expression of who you are.
The workshop members get their first taste of solo performance, taking turns at a little blues number.
I was fishing this morning and I caught me a catfish.
We should do things that we're afraid of or that we're not good at, and this is one of those things for me. I thought that I wouldn't sing until my next lifetime, and I decided this was it. So, yeah.
Does it scare you at all, the idea of getting up there in front of everybody?
Oh yeah, it's terrifying.
First thing I said that before I die, I was going to sing on stage. I mean, that's something I absolutely had to do.
As the weeks go by, the members become pals and learn that they're surrounded by people who want them to succeed. Even so, when that moment comes to step up before the group to perform a solo, all the fear comes back.
I need a hug. I'm very nervous. Oh, I get so scared.
Let's let it go.
Whatever you want. Trust yourself.
Tonight I'm feeling alright. I'm gonna let it all hang out.
One by one they perform. Some find it less daunting than others, but everyone is scared.
I said, hey babe, take a walk on the wild side. I said, hey, take a walk on the wild side.
Some just freeze up. Mick Pulver or one of his helpers will help them get started with whatever it takes. Hugs, pats, reassuring words.
Just let your aliveness be there, okay? Okay. So we just want to feel your aliveness tonight. All right? I'm ready.
By the last week, though most are still scared, they have all taken Mick Pulver's axioms to heart. Be in your body. Fully occupy the moment. Let your real self come through. And then one night, in a nightclub rented for the occasion and packed with friends and families of the students, these formerly shy individuals stride out on stage as though born there and let that real self come through.
I feel like a woman.
When it was my turn to go out, it was like I had this moment of just feeling all of me and just saying, I have a choice to go out that way, or I can have the choice of doing the Joanne that just goes, you know, okay, look at a little bit of me. And I just remember walking across the stage and just feeling like just the most beautiful woman in the entire world.
And that's the story of how people who wanted to sing and felt they couldn't learned that they could, and learned some other things about themselves as well. Bob McKenzie for the 10 o'clock news.